Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got some more stuff in for the fuel system. Gonna start running these lines too, so some of the other coolers. Waiting on the fast system still. I don't know, it might come in this video or not. I'm not sure yet, but it's expensive. Hey, just funds. But we got rid of that donor truck in the last video. That was great. My wife really appreciates it. And yeah, we got the return done. Time to do some of the positive pressure stuff. Like I'll run on those fuel lines too. Maybe a little bit on the power steering cooler. And let's just go from there. Let's get straight to work, guys. Let's go. Quick thing I forgot to mention to you guys. So when I was putting this pan back on the transmission, I scratched it really, really bad. So I took it back out last night, just messing around. I went ahead and gave it another coat of paint, even painted a little drain plug and all that. Looks really good. I'm still gonna let it sit here and dry. It's kind of tacky. Then I'll put it back under there because I didn't want to fill up the transmission with fluid yet until this was repainted. So there we go. All right guys, so what I'm doing right now is plugging these other 3 holes. I'm gonna use this one right here for my vent. And yeah, go ahead and tighten this last one down here. And all I did was just use some stainless steel bolts and put some rubber washers on the bottom side there. And then the wider one on top, that way it just gives even pressure on the rubber. Guys, I do need to go ahead and cut these tabs off right here. I'm gonna have to move them probably out here to the edge on this side, on the outsides, because the intercooler is not sitting down far enough and it's too high where basically I'm not gonna be able to hook up all my inner tube piping. I need it to be nice and level up there, and it is sticking up too high. I do worry about the hood closing. It shouldn't matter though, because I'm gonna do a 3-inch block on the hood, lift that up. But I think with as high as it's sitting here, it needs to come down just a little bit. I went ahead and drilled 2 extra holes in the top. That way I'm gonna slide this whole thing down 1.5 inches. So that'll also help with how high it's gonna be. And by removing this, I won't have to use those spacers on the intercooler, and it should sit nice and flush right here. So here we go. Okay, got them both cut off, cleaned up, and let's see how much space we got. Yeah, that's going to drop it down, I think, perfect. Oh yeah. So I'm thinking if I put my tabs on the outside here, they'll rise up and eventually it'll come down and close all this off right here for the AC condenser, and also give it a mounting point where it can sit. Now, you can kind of tell that's gonna be, I might need to just tilt the actual intercooler up some, maybe put a spacer in there, because it's going right here for this side. And yeah, I'm thinking about tilted, that's gonna be perfectly in line right there. Okay, so I went back to the old Humvee, and this sits up there near the coolant tank, and it's just kind of sits there, and then this vent actually went on up, I think, the stack on the snorkel. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but this is the vent line for the fuel tank. So I just got it running right here. This is from the existing Humvee. Ran it down through here. Here it is. And then it's gonna come back over here, and I'm gonna go get an adapter for this piece. This was the old pickup tube. I went ahead and cut it shined it all up, and then I'm going to use that to actually get me a adapter right here, put this in here, and that will be my vent line for the tank. And it will run to the factory spot where the original Humvee had it. Just want to jump this real quick. Let's make sure this fan is working before we proceed anywhere else. Oh yeah. Putting out some good air. Guys, try to change things up a little bit. I'm down here on the body of the Humvee. And as you guys know from several videos ago, I did get a new fender, rear fender here for the Humvee. This one is just absolutely trashed. Like up here, they cut out a big massive hole. Another one here in the back. And it's just, that one's trashed. So I'm trying to replace both of them because that's eventually where the seat belts will go. Possibly, depends on what way I go. But I don't want this big old hole here and just patch it with something. So I bought a new fender. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind this one out. I did go ahead and do a lot of them, drilled them out. And there's some that's just pointless. I don't mind destroying this fender because I'm just gonna go ahead and grind off the rivets and go ahead and get this thing out of here. Let's go. Come on! Ah. Where is it still healed? One more. Where? It's gotta be right here somewhere. Oh. There's always one. I'm telling you. Always. Come on. Round two. Oh. That came right out. Yeah! Hey, moon dust. I'm tired. I'm gonna hose off and go jump in the pool. It is hot. That wasn't fun. Let me give you guys a quick rundown on how to remove one of these rear quarter panel fenders, whatever. Here we go. Okay, first, I removed every one of the rivets that was inside the bed. So you can see right here, they just go along the wall. Out here, this on the bottom, this obviously this piece stays. It's this major support. And then rivets all throughout here. Next, you've got some rivets up underneath here. There is something under here, maybe one or two. You don't have to remove these. Then you got to remove all of those down here. You could go ahead and remove this bar all the way. I might, just so I can bend this back properly. And then next, these are the hard ones right here. So these are your major supports, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Underneath, I bent that. I'm gonna have to bend that back. So there's rivets. Let's start over here on the left for the furthest to the rear. There's 6 rivets right there. Those were such a pain. They would, I mean, golly. Next, the middle one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. That's it. That was it. All right. Next, I still got this plate on there. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 or so. I ended up just cutting around it and then able to take it off that way. So once those are all free, yeah, man, the thing pops right up. I thought this tie down was going to be in the way, but it wasn't. So you guys can see where it was actually, and there was one on the very bottom here. I just went ahead and took that one off. I thought that was connected to it. Be honest, I don't even know if it was or wasn't. All in all, it took me about an hour to do all that. And that's why I didn't want to keep that fender. I mean, this thing's a hunk of junk. If I get 2 new ones put on the back of this, it's gonna look outstanding. I would like to even replace this floor while I'm at it. Well, we'll see. See if I can even find that. But anyway, thought I'd switch it up. Come out here for a little bit. Guys, I'm doing tons of auditing stuff on this Humvee today, I'm telling you. So a bunch of you guys wrote on my channel about phasing the drive shaft, and obviously you can tell. See the angle right here, that one, and then you see the angle up here by the front diff. They are definitely not aligned. So this is really tricky right here though. So this expands as it comes out. So I guess I'm just gonna have to go ahead and hammer it out. There's no other way to get this thing phased in without removing that. I just think it's gonna be a pain to get that back on. All right, so this is still from the Humvee. This is from here forward is still from the Humvee. From here back was from the Duramax. However, see how large this is right here? It only is gonna go in there one way. Yeah, you can't see it, but there's only one groove for it. So if I had a bunch of small splines, I would be able to rotate it to get everything lined up here. However, it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. And I'm not sure any other way to get these things truly phased. I think it's just gonna be out of phase. I don't think there's anything I can do to it to fix it. So here we are. I am not working down there in the Bug Fest today. So if you guys remember what this thing looked like, it's it needs some serious help. Some of the stuff we can get rid of, all that old fuel stuff, a lot of these lines. Some of them I'm gonna try to keep. No, this just went to the generator. Who knows? Let's just get into this thing. See what we can come up with. All right, so it's time to get rid of some of the stuff that we're not gonna need anymore, like that fuel filter right there. Get rid of it. I'll keep it. Who knows what happened down the road with other Humvees, but I'll keep it. All right, with the help of the sledge, I was able to beat all that back out. I think I need to hit it maybe one more time right in there. But it looks really good compared to what it was. Just came up a rainstorm. But remember down here where the floor was all messed up, I'm thinking I can put some, maybe a plate down in here. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we go. But then this section actually looks decent. I'm gonna come up here and hit some of this stuff. But the floor in here does not look terrible. I grinded out all these old mounts that were in here. They were just, I mean, look at this, just holes everywhere. All these are loose. So this thing used to be 10 originally, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. But it's going along. I was able to clean it all up. I vacuumed it. I mean, as you hit this thing with a hammer, stuff falls out all over the place. This thing still has a lot of dirt in it. That's what we're trying to get out. I may start going ahead and trying to remove this fender, but I want to make sure I can get one first. So I'm going to get online, check things out. And under here, so we did a bunch of cleaning down here. Just, I mean, I pressure washed everything down here. So we still got some vent lines. This line right here is pointing straight at us. That goes to the other side of the tank. I'm gonna go in there and kind of see where some stuff goes to. There's the 2 gas tank mounts. I've been wondering where the heck those were. I want to start pressure washing. I'm like, oh, there they are. E-brake cables. I don't know if I should drop the harness or not. I really don't want to. That's definitely a 2-man job because everything is a nut and a bolt. So someone's got to be top side, someone's got to be bottom side. Yeah, I might go ahead and get all these vent lines and stuff down there at the other end. We can go ahead and get rid of all of that stuff. So let's get to work. I don't know about this rain over here though. Okay, I got the doors on here. I vacuumed them all up. They were just really nasty. I really haven't even messed with these doors other than pressure wash them when I first got them. And again, these things are so expensive. Just these front 2 is almost $1,000. It came with the rears. It's cool. All the glass goes up and down. I'm going to be replacing it all anyway, just because it's cloudy. I mean, that one's like, I don't know. It's broke. Don't know if it's how it got broke, but hey. Yeah, you see here. They go down, up and down. One of the window right here, it is missing some bolts back here for the door handle where you open it. They fit well other than right here. This is the only door. See, this piece is bent. I'm gonna go get the old sledge. I have fixed a lot of body work on this thing today just with a sledgehammer. I've had to vacuum it like 5 times because it keeps dropping stuff, but all in all, it's doable. Especially remember those jack rails that I got. It looks really good over here with this, but man, I'm telling you, this thing's flimsy. It's just a big chunk of aluminum. But look right here. I still got to take all these rivets out, but the whole back, there's no real support back here other than those and that fender. So look how droopy this thing is. And this is the only piece of hardcore aluminum back here is this bumper area. But if I pick it up, I mean, I can pick the whole back end of this thing up and it's flexing pretty hard right in here where it's kind of bowing back. But it's all fixable. We'll throw some that new fender on here as soon as I can. I don't want to put it on yet because I don't know about all this. This stuff right here is really dented up, dinged up. I mean, I can hammer these out and then just do some serious Bondo work back here. But I'd love to just replace them, but I can't find them. So let me know if you guys know where I can get the Humvee bed floor right there. Man, I was scared to death that these things would not fit. So I got a jack under there, jacked it up in the middle just enough so I could slide one of these under. I managed to, I mean, pull on it pretty hard and it stretched over. Let me see if it'll fit up. Yeah, it's already scratching pretty good here. This thing it's a tight fit. Dang, that looks good. Yes, sir. That's gonna look beautiful. I just wanna see what I'm working with and the body work where I can kind of stop and don't have to worry so much about the bottom. This side's not that bad. The other side is, I mean, they must have came down on some serious stuff because it's all jacked up. But these should fix that issue. That covers all that body work, but right here. Let me show you. Covers all that mess right there, right here. Small scratches, no big deal. This, I'm gonna have to hammer back out. The only thing that fixes this is the good old sledge. Very rough body job, but I need a little more right there, and I actually need to go in a little bit right there. I might actually still be able to use these to get the batteries over to the terminal set. Look how corroded this is. Gee whiz. And guys, we can go ahead and get rid of this right here. These big wires right here. What, 2 gauge, 0 gauge, I don't know. They went to the generator. So we can go ahead and pop this off here. They run back into here to the second part of the tray. And let's see where they go. Yeah, they come in right here. So both of these, that's that one. There's the positive right here. It's in all that silicone. So that can go completely. And where's the ground? Oh, that's it. It's just this one right here. Okay, that fitting's not gonna work. This is the original pickup tube from the Humvee. I'm just gonna use a pipe cutter. Go ahead and cut a section of this off and just use that to put a hose on the end of it there. All right, guys, you can see what I'm doing here. I got my jack supporting the entire back piece right there. So once I've already broke these rivets down through here, these are the only rivets that is holding this entire back section on. So, I mean, the Humvee body itself is extremely flimsy and provides almost zero structural support. That's why if you get rear ended something, you got the frame sticking out that's going to take that impact. That wouldn't take anything. That would fold in like a tin can. Because again, you can see there's no structural supports going this way. It's just supporting some weight going that way. So I did end up finding a brand new bed. I mean, this one is so beat up, so dented in, so trashed that it's be too much body work to even try to repair that or fix it. because I got plans for this thing in the future for sure. So this floor got to go. I'm not sure where to cut it yet. I think since this is one piece, I think I'm just going to probably take it right from this line, go all the way across, and then I'll be able to get that piece out of there. And then get all these rivets off the bottom of that. All right, switching gears back here to the piece that I cut off. Perfect. I love how a pipe cutter gives you that beautiful beveled round edge right there. It's great. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. We got a ton of work done on this body, and that's pretty awesome because this thing needs a ton of work. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting on some parts for the actual Humvee and the LBZ, hey, we got plenty of work to do on this while those parts get in. So stay tuned, guys. Hit the bell, hit the notifications. See you guys next time. See ya.